Good morning. It's 9:30, and this is the Board of County Commissioners, September 14th meeting. And I'm here I'm Darrell Banks with fellow commissioners Cliff Mears, Tony Vero, Stacy Crawl, our clerk, Belinda Crawl. Belinda Fulton just walked in, our other clerk, and Tina Wright is with us. From the news media, we have Greg Kale from WMFD. And do we have the other two online?
Yes, they both are.
Okay, we have Al Lawrence from the News Journal, and Richland Source has provided us with Carl Hunnell. And the first point of business, Tina, would you like to address the board?
Yes.
Tina, can you sit up here? I got you.
On up.
Oh, you want me here too?
Yeah.
Dennis not even there. He's not even here.
My passport.
We have a proclamation we're going to read to you, but before we do that, would you like to address the people out, our board, as well as other people that be listening?
Yes, I wanted to first of all thank you again for having me. September is Prostate Cancer Awareness Month, and this is my third year I think I've been coming here. And Richland County has been awesome at helping us raise awareness by signing the proclamation. Prostate cancer is out there, and it has affected all of us in some way or another. And many men are dying of this because there's not enough resources, things like that. So we're trying to get out there, and we're trying to raise awareness by putting a lot of information out there, getting support like we get from you guys. I am affected because my husband has stage 4 prostate cancer.
Imagine it's very similar to other cancers. The sooner it's detected, the more success they'll have.
Absolutely, absolutely. Some people have made the comment that it's not a bad cancer. Yes, it can.
Cancer is cancer.
Cancer is cancer, absolutely. And people assume that it's all curable, and it's not. It's not. So we have to raise awareness out there and get men checked, and hopefully early detection will set them on the right path for treatment and have success stories.
No, that's part of my annual blood work that I had done last week. And I know the reading on your PSA level should be 4 or below 4.
Yes.
I was glad to see I am. I'm consistently a 2
And that is,
if I do get screening.
That's good that now the entire public knows colon region.
I was afraid which chest he was
The
on.
news can report that appropriately. Maybe we do a breaking news alert from WMFD.
a lot of people go into this and they don't have the information. And I've been lucky enough to have some great support groups and things like that to get find out a lot, because a lot of times the doctors, they don't give you all of the information, maybe all of your options.
I understand there are a lot of treatment options.
There is a lot of treatment options.
Not different, innovative.
Yes,
It's not.
there definitely is. And Ohio now has passed that we now have a prostate cancer plate.
Oh, blue.
Yes.
Very cool. Okay.
Music in the 70s was the big decade of music for me. And I know we lost Dan Fogelberg, I'm a big fan of Dan Fogelberg. He lost his life to prostate cancer.
Yes, yes. My husband is in remission. And since seeing you the last time, I've had full relatives, one on my side, one on my husband's side, who have been diagnosed. Two different extremes, sadly. One is less treatment, I guess you could put it, not as aggressive. And then the other one is a little further along in the stages. He found out at a late stage.
All right, well, thank you, and we appreciate you coming and for such a good cause because it affects so many men.
Proclamation I'd like to read unless there are other comments or we'd like to say. I'll just come off to the side here and read it for you. It's okay.
Yes, absolutely.
So this is I'll take from the Board of Richland County Commissioners, and it's a proclamation for Prostate Cancer Awareness and Education Month. Whereas this year, approximately 248,530 men will be diagnosed with prostate cancer in the United States alone, and roughly 34,130 will die of the disease. And whereas in Ohio, an estimated 9,010 new cases of prostate cancer will be diagnosed, and 2,000 deaths will occur in 2021. And whereas, and with relatives, father, brother, son with a history of prostate cancer are twice as likely to develop the disease. And whereas prostate cancer is the second leading cause of cancer death in American men, behind only lung cancer, and whereas 1 in 8 men are diagnosed with prostate cancer in his lifetime. Prostate cancer is more likely to develop in older men and in non-Hispanic Black men, and whereas men who served in the military and who have been exposed to chemicals and herbicides are at a higher risk for developing prostate cancer. And whereas education regarding prostate cancer and early detection strategies are critical to saving lives, preserving and protecting our families. The economic and social hardship of prostate cancer is huge on families. Prostate cancer is estimated to cover over $8 billion in direct medical expenses. And whereas nearly 3.1 million men in the United States are living with prostate cancer diagnosis, that number is estimated to climb to 4 million by 2024 as men in the baby boomer generation. And whereas all men are at risk for prostate cancer, and we encourage the citizens of Richland County to increase the importance of prostate screenings. Now, therefore, be it resolved, the Richland County Board of Commissioners do hereby proclaim September 2021 as Prostate Cancer Awareness and Education.
Thank
There
you
you go.
so much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks again for coming in.
Thank you. I'm gonna bring Steve with me. He's actually okay to come out and everything, but we have a granddaughter at home. Someone on her bus had COVID, so the entire bus has to stay home.
Oh,
Franklin County.
Even if they're not sitting near the child?
Yes, they called it something, contact something. Yes, she has to stay home from school and the daycare. Franklin County. Yes. So I told my daughter, I said, well, what happens if somebody else on that bus? I said, so every time somebody else on the bus, she has to stay home.
Does she have to be in quarantine then?
No, well, not in quarantine, but she can't go to the school or the daycare, and she has to have a test to go back.
For how many days? So that is quarantine.
Yes, I guess it would be quarantine. It's gonna, well, depending on, she came home yesterday. She can go back Friday. So that's like 3 days.
Huh.
Yes,
Based in the school district.
yes, it's Worthington. It is. It's Franklin County, and it also has to do with the Worthington Schools District. So.
So he's babysitting the grandkid.
Yes, he is.
Well, give him our best.
All right, thank you so much.
please do.
Yes,
For 35 years.
that is, it's nice to hear success stories. It really, truly is.
Dad had cancer.
Gives people hope. Thank you, guys. You guys have a wonderful day.
Thank you.
That'd be well.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, we'll move on to other. And the first thing we have is to certify the record for September the 9th. Is there a motion to do
So
so?
moved.
Second?
Commissioner Banks,
Yes.
Commissioner Barrow,
Yes.
Commissioner Mears.
Yes.
And can we get a motion to approve the requisitions?
So moved.
Second?
Commissioner Banks,
Yes.
Commissioner Barrow,
Yes.
Commissioner Mears.
And can we get a motion to certify the annual delinquent sewer accounts and place on the property tax?
Commissioner Banks, Commissioner Barrow, Commissioner Mears.
Yes.
We have two pieces of property out on Mill Run Road. The engineer has arranged for them to, I guess they're donating in the right of way. And it's Ann E. Walter, parcel 11 SH and parcel 12 SH is for Marcus N. Herring and Susan W. Herring. Can we accept them, gentlemen?
So moved.
Second?
Commissioner Banks,
Yes.
Commissioner Barrow,
Yes.
Commissioner Mears.
Yes.
And can we authorize the reimbursement for touchless water fountains, CARES funds? Chuck Minich has asked us to reimburse for that.
Now we need to use up those funds. So moved.
Second?
Commissioner Banks.
Yes.
Commissioner Barrow,
Yes.
Commissioner Mears.
Yes.
And we want to make an announcement. The announcement is that petition has been taken out 9.63 acres from Sharon Township, Shelby, an annexation petition that want to go, they will still be in Sharon Township, obviously, but they want to go into the city.
We'll stay tuned on this because it might have to be withdrawn and refiled. Because of the legal description and not having the plat map and take 8 weeks to get the plat map. So I will keep you up to date.
Oh, you know, that Mayor Shag, he always wants his land, so.
Is this related to the hospital?
Not to my knowledge.
It's like Ohio Health, Ohio Hospital?
And according,
Trying to read this signature.
Barn and a house.
yeah, I don't, or it's not, it's on South Gamble Street, so it's not near the hospital. Related, I wouldn't know how.
Okay, then.
All right, and we will stand in recess at 9:44. Now, she starts mentioning all these about I look at Balderson.
Oh, were you on Balderson?
I was in Balderson.
Must have been bugged out by filter.
It is 10 a.m. and we are back in session. And we are going to hear from Central Services, Rachel Troyer, and about the Subco insurance.
And also Kelly, so I want to thank Kelly because she actually went to the meeting that Friday. I was unable to attend. And so she was able to get all the information. And it was positive. I know that it was hinted that we would not have an increase. And we did not have an increase in the medical or the dental. 22
Prescription,
in prescription.
medical
as well. Yeah,
prescription and
yes, correct.
One, that is outstanding news.
Yes.
There's going to be a but I hope taxpayers and employees realize, well, I guess the taxpayers are providing it, so let me back up. But with that being said, it is $1,200 a month just for medical and prescription per enrollee. I hope people realize how expensive insurance is.
Absolutely, yes, yes. Wendy did want me to point out on page 3 of the packet that I had sent you that that is our medical high claimant report. And we did have 5 claims that went over our pooling point. So we pay up to $125,000 annually for the high claims, and then anything after that, the pool covers that. All the rest of the charges. So that is the positive about being in a group like this, is that, we are in it for 125,000 claims, and then the pool, the rest of it comes from that pool.
Yeah, and I don't know, this is kind of off topic. Do you, any chance you have last year's renewal packet? For some reason, I don't have that saved in my document.
I don't have it with me, but I have it in my computer.
Yeah, can you send it to me? I went back and looked 2 years and see our costs are staying stagnant, which is good. But for some, COVID was such a crazy year. I just didn't have it.
Yes. On page 5, this is the plan that we're putting on. And so that was one of the things that the commissioners needed to decide if we were going to have any plans, whether it's for the dental or the prescription. I have highly encouraged that we stay on the exact same plans. They're great plans. With changes, of course, that could open up a whole world.
I would agree.
Yeah.
Yes. And then, of course.
Look at Kelly's face. No, we want to change.
There are times the changes are great, but this is not.
Okay.
We don't mess with. On page 6 through, let's see, 14, that is
So
our medical plan, medical prescription plan. So it's the high and low deductible.
When are we going to see information on the blood draw and all that fun stuff for the new wellness?
How many people completed the wellness program?
No, like when's our next round of blood draws, mandatory blood?
That will be on-site blood draws will be in February.
Was it in February last? I seem to remember I thought it was at the end of the year. Okay.
To push them just beyond.
We hoping we're going to do all right this year,
Get through
correct?
Christmas first and then, get our acts back together.
Exactly. Yeah, we always have it towards the end of February. And so that's my plan.
And I think we saw some much improved. I know last year was our first, and good job to you, Rachel. In wellness, we had out of the blue switch wellness providers, and I've seen some much needed improvements to the website, which is a pretty basic website and confusing. And I've seen some much needed improvements. So kudos to you and my Canton buddy, Tori Sinclair, who I've known for many years.
I'm excited about this coming program because of the changes that they're making it simpler, getting rid of the points, because that really has
Throws people off.
It really does. They're like, I can't get 600 points. It's like, yeah, you can. But because of that mentality, people have stopped doing the wellness program because they just feel too hard. So now we're going to be required to complete so many activities within 3 sections.
More of a checklist.
Yes.
So it's one and done and you're not tabulating points and they think that will be
Points are
simpler.
Absolutely.
Let's hope.
Is
We'll see.
for simplicity, and that way people aren't stressed, about how many points. Oh my gosh, I'm at 675. Where am I going to?
Well, one of the things, and this is like, I work out, right, a lot. But I did find some things like, and I say this, I'm not the most healthy person, but we try to eat healthy. I think, but it wasn't super easy to get to the 600, even with someone who tries to live a good, well lifestyle. So I don't disagree. I mean, I had to really like try to find, because I'm not going to track my steps because I work out. And number one, I just don't want to track my steps all day. So it wasn't simple though. I would say that.
Yes. With the new program, HealthWorks has contracted with, and I don't remember the name of the program, and I apologize for that, but it is a program that is the most active in how many devices. So if you wear, whether it's Apple device or, whatever, that they have got the most programs that they're compatible with.
Can we upload from our Fitbit?
Yes, so I have.
Look at Kelly tracking her steps over there.
This current year, could we?
You could, if you had one of the devices
That was
that was compatible.
Oh, I guess I didn't.
I have-
Because I actually,
Like we're-
Oh, okay,
and
yeah.
Yes, yes.
So-
Well, and the nice thing is that if you do track it, you can get points or it will tell you like how many minutes or, how many steps that would be equivalent to for different things. So, if you are climbing steps, so many times a day and, it's full flight.
at some point mine crosses over to actual exercise. It considers it exercise.
Exactly, yes.
Or whatever. But
Absolutely.
how can you actually upload from my device? How do I do that?
My God, I have.
That's the great part.
I was a lifelong runner. My knees are pretty
It's
shot.
to read more devices, and they're going to then give you additional information on how to convert and how to have it upload that information from your device to their app.
And we don't have it yet,
Yes,
so I
we don't
can't
have it
say,
yet.
yeah.
We'll let you know.
So
We're self-reporting now with the new plan. Is that correct?
with the new one,
Yes.
well, for the device, I think it's more of a syncing type of situation and then other things are self-reporting. So it's
Yes.
more of a
So
combination.
one of the great things is, and people were having a struggle with it, was going to your doctors to have your physical or checkup. People weren't getting forms, or the doctors weren't, they were just refusing.
I had that issue. We gave it to the doctor, lost it, took it back,
Exactly.
scanned it, and so it's kind of,
That's gonna be a self-report now.
Okay.
And they do have the option, so Sevco has the option to do an audit of either, they'll just pull 100 names from Beach County or whatever, and just check to see if you marked that you had a checkup with your doctor on, I don't know, today.
Don't be fudging your physical.
Exactly.
Commissioner.
If there was a charge to Anthem for that
Okay.
checkup or physical. And so as long as it's, matches, then
Well, I had to get a new physician, which made me depressed because I have the greatest physician ever, and Dr. Ballinger, and he retired. He's so good.
My sister
so
said,
I just didn't want to
He's
look
the
at you
best.
anymore.
And so, but now before I could do my annual physical, and I'm not complaining about the church plan. So, but I think I have to meet the doctor to establish some sort of record, and then I have to schedule my annual physical. So now it's like I got to do an extra step, and and so I'm gonna have to do it twice.
yes.
But
Yes.
I cried when I found out he retired. I knew it was coming.
I know, I've
I might just show up at his house and have him see if he'll treat me.
asked my doctor every time I see him, I'm like, so any plans on retiring? He's like, nope. And I'm like, okay, good. We've been together a long time. It would be like a
Yeah.
divorce.
Yeah.
Been with mine since 81 and he started practice in 78, Dr. Paddle.
Wow.
We played tennis together when we both
Mhm.
found about the same time.
Oh.
Yes,
Best physician that has ever walked planet Earth.
yes.
So
You do build that relationship with your physician, and it is like a divorce.
Right.
When
I didn't
they
wanna-
decide to retire. It's like,
why don't
what
we
am I
get,
ever gonna do?
why don't we get back to discuss?
Okay.
Sorry.
Instead of Tony's working out schedule, his doctor's schedule.
Some of these days.
the guy showing me his steps on his phone over here. So you need anything else? This is good job to you. I mean, we don't need to belabor this anytime we're not getting any. I guess we'll need to make a decision on rates for represented workers, correct? At some point soon?
Well, most of them, insurance increases for employee contributions are done on a calendar year.
Okay, so
So when you're the one who typically has to make the decision and sends it out to people. So
I would like to, I'm still waiting for Anthem Vision to come back with,
Okay.
back to me on the rates for this coming year. It is with the underwriters. And so once I get that, I will make an appointment and then we can just discuss it all at the, that's,
and will you,
I'd say within 2 weeks at the most.
there were years where we try to keep them meet, and there were years where represented workers didn't bear the full cost of the increases, correct?
correct.
And so we've been trying to be mindful of not having everyone's insurance go up, but also catching everyone up.
That is absolutely correct.
Have that, will we have an idea of where we stand on that?
So, I mean, I think, we can do a calculation of, we've usually looked at it as percentage and to see if we're caught up. I know as I've negotiated various labor contracts, that the amount has not increased since 3 years ago when I negotiated. So most of the increases have not been passed along. So since, and the board has very kindly tried to do that during times when, we weren't able to maybe give salary increases or whatever the case may be, but salary increases have been, decent. We're in a better position as far as that's concerned. So you can take that into consideration when making that decision.
Okay. So do you need a motion for us to accept the rates and stay on the current plans? So moved.
Second,
Commissioner Banks,
Yes.
Commissioner Vero,
Yes.
Commissioner Mears.
yes.
Okay, and just two more things that I asked. Open enrollment will start October 18th when Benefit Solver opens up for open enrollment. And we always give our employees a short window. So it will end on 10/27. This is to allow the auditor's office then to make all the changes in this for the rate. And, if somebody goes from family to single, we have to change that. October 18th to October 27th will
Okay,
be our open enrollment for changes.
really,
Move quickly.
Week and a half.
okay.
And that's what we always give. If you give them too much longer, it just
Brings it out, huh?
messy, very messy. And then the last thing is with Children's Services joining. I was talking to Wendy about it, and we are going to have a meeting. It'll just be a conference call. It'll be Wendy, the Children's Services, and someone from the auditor's office about what SECO will require from Children's Services to then add them into Benefit Solver. So we're right on track with that.
We need to approve this house cleaning resolution too that you can tell us. Go ahead out there.
I gave it to you to read. I
Oh.
want to discuss it right now. Rachel's reading
Rachel's
it.
here, right?
I didn't share it with Kelly.
Send it to me.
Did I?
I printed it out. I did not bring it with me.
It clears up because there's always been confusion as to when someone goes out on leave, how do we collect premiums? So I think this is a good thing. I'm good with it.
You guys saw?
We got it right.
I read it over.
So if the problem is when someone goes on inactive status and they're still receiving medical insurance, you still have an obligation to pay for your premiums. So what this resolution does is it notes the procedure for how about going about making sure you still pay for premiums, similar to any employer,
Mhm.
right? If you're not generating a paycheck, there's no deduction coming out of your pay for the benefits. So this says you're obligated to make payments.
And this is much easier read than what the other one was.
Correct.
Absolutely, and it's needed, and I really appreciate Stacy for taking that on. It's needed to be updated for a while.
Shelley, you good with it?
Yes.
So moved.
Second,
Commissioner Banks,
Yes.
Commissioner Vero,
Yes.
Commissioner Mears.
Okay, thank you very much, ladies.
Thank you.
Well, you're staying because we go into executive session at 10:30.
We will recess. It is now 10:15. Recess until 10:30. We'll be back in executive session. Compensation.
Rachel, please send me last year's
we had been working on, but I just hit all factors, sorry.
It is 10:30. This is the Board of Richland County Commissioners. And I would entertain a motion to go into executive session for compensation. We have been joined by our HR department. Jenny?
I will make that motion.
Commissioner Banks,
Yes.
Commissioner Vero,
Yes.
Commissioner Mears.
Yes. pay grades are, looking at this chart, Dewey? For example, what would Chuck?
Well, we're gonna build in,
We don't have,
you're back on, go ahead.
Oh,
we don't have any pay grades. He's just
Go ahead.
out there.
I got it.
Yeah. So that's why we are looking at him
have
as,
pay grades at all? I'm like,
no,
what do you,
Just,
random. It's just kind of
It's a-
random. That's why we're doing this. So, you know, you look at him as,
Live. It's 11:32 and we are back in regular session. And we will continue working on the wage study and you'll be getting back to us as soon as we can to set up another meeting to progress as quickly. Okay, it's 11:32 and we adjourn.
Lisa. Okay, hold on.
Couple-
I never
I
worked.
bet I know which ones they want.